all of you guys are doing well. Your girl got some purple hair again. Actually, more like 50 shades of purple. It is so bad. I failed a little bit. Just a teeny bit. Today's gonna be a video in my video series called Motivation Makeup Monday, which is a video series where I do my makeup and I talk about something reflective or motivational at the same time. And today's topic is going to be on how to deal with negative people. Oh, also, by the way, I've already done my base makeup. I'll list all the products I use in the description bar below in case anyone's interested. So when I'm talking about negative people, I do not mean people who just are pessimistic or who are sad or, you know, depressed or just generally have a negative view on the world. What I'm talking about is the people who have that, but who also project it onto other people, because it is possible to be a negative person and not necessarily pick on other people or project that onto other people, at least not like a lot. Like, I think most people project their own insecurities and things on other people, which is actually a disclaimer I want to say. I'm not perfect. I'm insecure too in certain ways. I just want to give that disclaimer that I'm not claiming in this video that I'm perfect and I blah blah blah. So I'm talking about negative people or pessimistic people who project their own insecurities and their own worldview onto other people. We all know someone like this, or whether it be in the workplace or whether it be a friend or a family member, it's kind of unavoidable. You're gonna meet these kinds of people everywhere in life, and sometimes you don't have the possibility to not be with them, like if you're working with them or something. So it's important that we find ways to deal with these kinds of people. So I've categorized two separate categories. Vocabulary. So the first category of negative people are insecure people who feel intimidated by you. These are the people that will just pick on you, throw in little stupid unnecessary comments, and yeah, I'm gonna get to that later. Then the second category I have is people who genuinely care about you. This could be family members, close friends, people who want the best for you, but that may be imposing their own limiting beliefs onto you and your life choices. These are the two categories I'm gonna be discussing, the first one in more detail. So the main reason I really want to make this video is because I think a lot of the time we go through life just passively in a way. We just kind of passively absorb people's energy, people's vibes, without really thinking of the source of why they're saying certain things, if that makes sense. And you know, when I say energy, it's not even a super hippie energy kind of a thing. It's literally, you know, when someone says something to you, something negative, that's gonna infect your brain if you don't catch it and realize where it's coming from. If someone says something to you and you don't know how to handle that negative energy, that is gonna infect you in one way or another, like your brain. So it's important that we learn how to kind of decode what people are saying, because there's always gonna be underlying language between the lines. People often don't necessarily mean exactly what they say. There's a certain intent behind everything that people say. So that if we look below the surface of things, behind what people are saying, we can learn better how to generally interact with people and what energy to absorb and what energy not to absorb. Because a lot of the time we just kind of passively let little comments slide and take it in, and at the end of the day, that's gonna have an effect on your mind whether you acknowledge it or not. So what does the first type of negative person look like, which is the insecure type? I think a lot of, like, we all know this type of person. It's that person that I feel like you just feel more anxious around them if it's someone in your life. They also come through everywhere on the internet as internet trolls, internet haters, not even necessarily haters, because haters is a strong word, but people that just leave unnecessary comments or hate comments or whatever it may be that are just like, what? Like, why? Why? This can be in your real life or online, by the way. I call these people that are hypercritical, and they often disguise it as just being honest and, you know, oh, you can't take criticism? Like, I'm just criticizing you. Oh my god, you can't take criticism. Meanwhile, Karen over here is commenting on the fact that I say like. That's the only thing she says in my whole video is like, stop saying like. And I'm like, oh my god, I know I say like a lot, okay? But at the end of the day, what confident, secure person watches someone's video about something positive and the only thing they have to say is stop saying like? Really? Is that your concern? Is my language usage, the fact that I say like a lot, that's the one thing you're gonna comment on in my video. This is the kind of stuff I mean, like these small things, and you might have friends in your life that do this without you really acknowledging it, and a lot of people disguise it as, oh, they're just being honest. Like, I'm that honest friend that just like says it as it is. Like, they kind of brand themselves as that, but at the end of the day, it's unnecessary. There's a difference between constructive criticism and just picking on someone. So I actually have an example I want to show you guys with someone who commented on my swearing. There's this person who said, I'm basically ugly. The ugliest thing in a woman, she said, I think, is to swear. Now, where is that coming from? This is a question you gotta ask yourself. Would a confident person sit down and write this? Would someone who's secure in himself, who's doing their own thing, who's successful in life, write this? No. Whereas I've gotten constructive criticism on my swearing, because you know what? I swear a lot. I've just grown up not, like, swearing wasn't taken seriously. Like, we don't put as much weight into swearing here. Then I had this other person who said that, you know, if she wanted to show my videos to her kids, she couldn't, blah, blah, blah. She was being actually nice about it. Or, to me, it came across as constructive criticism. And I actually remember responding to her. I was like, hey, that's cool. You're actually giving me constructive criticism, and I'm open to criticism. That's something you really need to learn to discern. Discern when people speak to you. Is it coming from a place of insecurity, of wanting to pick on you and finding that one little negative thing in your whole video? Or is it coming from a place of, you know, this person might have genuinely wanted to help me. If she wanted to, people want to show my videos to kids or whatever, they maybe can't because I swear. Always kind of look at the intent. Is this person just picking on me and disguising it as, it's just criticism. You gotta like tolerate some criticism. Or is it coming from a place of genuine, like, wanting to help you? 9 times out of 10, it's usually someone just kind of wanting to pick on you. Another way you can spot these people who just kind of want to f with your energy is people who say you're weird, or you're too much, or you're cringy. I watched this YouTuber called Pierre XO on YouTube. Duh. He's super eccentric, different, and he talked about the other day about people use the word cringy a lot nowadays, and that a lot of the time they use it because someone's kind of being different or they're whatever. In my opinion, if someone's fucking cringy, they're brave, because to put yourself out on the internet, and if you're cringy, you're obviously weird, or you're doing something different to where people feel a little uncomfortable, and so they call you cringy. You have to have some guts, some balls to put yourself out there, do something weird to where people call you cringy. Like, you're putting yourself out there to be criticized by so many people, and I think people just jump to the conclusion like, oh, you're so cringy. It's like this guy Pierre, he said cringe is power. That is like my new life motto. Cringe is power. I'm sure that someone's watching this right now and they're like, your roll-ins and your rollouts are so weird. Like, you're so cringy. You're so weird. And it's like, is that your concern in life? Whether or not people are cringy, or whether or not people are weird? People, and comes back to the same question. Would a person secure in himself, a person who's doing their own thing in life, would they sit there and, you know, call someone weird or say you're too loud, you're too much, like, calm down and shit like that? No, they won't. Which is why when people call you weird, or I've gotten a lot in my life that you're too much, you're too loud, you're too hyper. How about I'm excited to live, bitch? Like, how about I just have excitement for the smallest things in life? And I've gotten I've had people mock my laughter, just like stupid shit like that, and I'm like, dude, do your thing and I can do my thing. You would never see me telling someone, unless someone's being aggressive, you won't see me telling someone to calm down if they're excited about something. That's the saddest thing, is when people tell someone who's excited to calm down. Fucking be excited. Be excited for life. Point being, people who call you weird and like that, like, unless they're saying it as a compliment, it's coming from a point of insecurity, and it's coming from a point of picking on you, because maybe they see something in you that maybe they want to be different, or maybe they see something in you that they wish they could express. If you're being different in this world, you're really opening yourself up to criticism, and so I think that people kind of wish they could do the same, or maybe, you know, it's kind of brave in a way. Anyways, I actually have notes for this video, but I'm going off on tangents as per usual. So the next way that you can find these you know what? These negative people are basically just Karens. I just realized that, kind of. I actually have a friend named Karen. Sorry, Karen. So another way to, you know, spot these people who aren't coming from a place of wanting to, you know, support your energy, I hate saying positive energy because it sounds so like, oh, positive energy. Your fabulous energy. People who won't support your fabulous energy can also be people who talk a lot about other people, who gossip a lot about other people. Gossiping a little bit, everyone likes to gossip. Everyone's attracted to drama. I'm not perfect. Everyone talks about people, but I'm talking about people who always are like kind of just talking about people especially in a negative light. Especially with successful people, they'll say, oh, they're so full of themselves, or oh, they think they're better than us. And I'm like, yeah, sure, this person is so concerned with being better than people. They're not just like working on their own business or their own success and living their own life, and you're not at all jealous of them. Not at all. It's just them thinking they're better than you. So I always come back to this quote: small minds discuss people, average minds discuss events, and great minds discuss ideas. That's what it is. That being said, if you discuss people in light of their ideas, like in light of them being successful or them inspiring you, like that's fine, obviously. But I'm talking about people who just like seem to be obsessed with, especially bringing down people that are successful and being like, yeah, like they're so full of themselves and like just constantly doing this. That ain't cool. You should be inspired by people's success. It's not a pie, honey. There's success for everyone. When you think about people who are secure with themselves and who are doing their own thing, being successful in their own life, in their own way, they won't feel the need to bring down other people that are successful. If anything, they're gonna be inspired by them and want to like figure out, you know, how they can do something similar to them, or they can take tips from how they did what they did. So that's an easy way to spot people who are insecure and who may be projecting that onto you, especially, you know, if it's someone in your life. So to better understand the source of where these people are coming from and to better process the energy that they transmit onto you, we have to kind of figure out why they do this. Why do they project onto us? I say us as if I'm the confident person and they are the insecure. I'm fucking insecure in some ways, like I said earlier. I have my insecurities too, and I probably project onto people, but yeah, anyways. I think the short answer is that they feel intimidated. There's something in you. I can't do makeup in that day. I saw this quote the other day that says, when people attack you, it is because they see something great in you that they don't want others to see. Don't fall into their trap. I think that this quote can also be kind of turned around and to where it says that they see something in you that they may want to do, or they see something in you that they want to express but feel like they can't express. So for whatever reason, maybe they live in a culture or in a household or in something, maybe they can't be different, or they can't dye their hair, or they want to do a certain thing but they feel limited by maybe the society they live in, or for whatever reason, something about you may remind them of something they want to do but they can't. Maybe because they have a lot of issues and they aren't able to maybe sit down and film a video and put yourself out there, and so they feel the need to kind of in a way bring you down to their level, because in that way, maybe they can justify the way that they're living. So I guess their mindset is kind of like, I'm gonna bring this person down to my level so that I can confirm the way that I'm living. It makes them feel just a little bit better about themselves if they can bring other people down to their level and justify the way they're living. For example, if you're successful and maybe you worked hard for your success, and this person has this belief that people who are successful are lucky, they're kind of just given it, or it's just luck based. They might justify your success by saying, oh, she just got lucky, or like she, whatever, come up with excuses as to why you have success that is not due to hard work, even though you worked really hard for your success. Like they're always gonna come up with something, some excuse. So it basically shakes their idea of the world. It might shake some of their own beliefs about how the world should be, creating a sort of cognitive dissonance. So cognitive dissonance is basically where you have a belief of the world, but your actions don't line up with those beliefs. You see this often with smokers where they smoke even though they know they shouldn't smoke. And so they come up with every reason in the book as to why they're smoking, even though those reasons are really bad reasons. So I think a similar thing happens with people who kind of pick on someone, find the smallest things, like, oh my god, you say like all the time. They're trying to find the smallest things to justify something within their head. I don't know necessarily what, but I think that there's maybe some level of cognitive dissonance involved. It's as if they are trying somehow to confirm their own view, perhaps, of this person. For example, if you have blue hair, maybe they have a stereotype about people with blue hair, and they'll do everything in their power to confirm that stereotype, because if not, they have to change their whole view of what it means to be a person with colored hair, if that makes sense. Like, we want to try to align our beliefs with the actual world, and so if something comes up that kind of shakes that belief of the world, we'll do everything we can to try to justify it and try to align our actions and our beliefs. Or maybe this has nothing to do with cognitive dissonance and I'm just bullshitting. I'm gonna put on my eyeliner now. Okay, this eyeliner will be looking super different, asymmetrical, but I'm using an eyeliner I'm not used to. I'm waiting for my Kat Von D eyeliner, so I'm sorry. I don't know. So next I want to move on to the people who genuinely care about you, because there's gonna be people who genuinely care about you, like family members, friends, close friends, and stuff like that, that aren't necessarily projecting onto you because they're insecure, but they're projecting their own worldviews. They're perhaps limiting worldviews onto you because they care about you, because they want you to succeed, and their version of succeeding may be different than your version of succeeding. So I watched this video by this YouTube channel called Neurology, I think. She actually presents this opinion equation, which I think is very useful in general in life when you're assessing what people are telling you, you know, when people are giving you their opinions. And it basically just shows that opinions equals people's fears and insecurities, their values, and their experiences. If your values and experiences and your fears and insecurities are different from, say, your parents or from some of your close friends, they may be giving you advice that from their perspective is good advice and is something they're doing out of love, whereas it might actually be bringing you down. She uses an example in her video, I'll link it up here, where she talks about how her parents are immigrants and how their version of success or their version of a good life is finding a safe and stable job and not really taking any financial risks, whereas her version of success is she likes to take risks. She doesn't mind taking risks. She wants to take risks. Whereas risks, oh my god. Whereas her parents are all about financial security. They don't want her to take risks and, you know, risk failing, I guess. So sometimes people will kind of bring you down unintentionally because they have different views of the world than you, which aren't necessarily wrong views. It's just a different way of living. So it's important to keep this opinion equation in mind, not just with, you know, your parents and stuff, but just in general when people are giving you advice, whether you ask for it or not, just keep in mind that if their values don't align with your values, perhaps you shouldn't be taking their advice, because they may value a different lifestyle than you and want different things in life than you, so taking their advice might not be the best idea. I want to include this one because I think a lot of people have parents that might unintentionally discourage them from doing things like acting or, you know, having a YouTube channel or doing something out of the ordinary, because it is risky, it is scary, and it does come with a lot of downfalls. And so when parents come with comments like that, just know it's coming out of love most likely. Maybe there's some insecurity there too, but just keep in mind this opinion equation, and keep in mind you might have different values and views and different things you want to do in life, and maybe you have to disregard what your parents say or what your close friends say and just kind of go your own way. I gotta go my own way. That was so bad. Okay, I gotta pee. I am back. So getting to the actual title of this video, how do we deal with these people? Now that we know how to identify them, which is an important part in dealing with them in my opinion, because I think that the way to deal with them, the first and foremost way of dealing with them is to realize the source of what they're saying, to look at the intent behind what they're saying, because sometimes these people, like I said in the beginning, are unavoidable. They might be a family member. If it's super toxic, obviously cut out a family member, but it might be people that you kind of have to keep around, and sometimes distancing yourself from them, not spending as much time with them works, but you know, it could be someone at work, work. So the best way of dealing with them is to just realize where their energy is coming from, where their comments are coming. These negative comments, you know, I didn't mention this earlier, but it can be someone who's like, are you gonna wear that? Someone, you know, being hypercritical of things you wear or whatever it may be. Just realize that those comments are coming from a place of insecurity. They're not coming from a place of love for you or being the critical friend or being the fucking honest person. It's like, no, you're just a dick, honey. Karen. So some guiding questions that you can use is what this person is saying coming from a place of insecurity? That's number one. Do my values align with this person? So, you know, if it's a family member or something that has different values than you, then maybe their opinion doesn't really matter because they have a different idea of how to live life. And another question is the person trying to be helpful? Is it actually constructive criticism? Learning to discern constructive criticism and just being annoying, being a Karen, is important in life. I'm just like not taking myself seriously anymore. I can only be serious for so long, okay? This honestly goes for anything in life. Look at the undertext. Look at the meta language. There's more than just what someone actually is saying. Like if someone says, I love you, are they saying that because you want to get into your pants? Or are they saying that because they actually love you? That's a huge one. You need to try to learn to discern the difference. So I just gotta do my lashes and my lower lashes off camera because it's a pain in the ass to try to do it while I talk, so magic. So at the end here, I just wanted to include a little cheesy little, is it called a monologue of just saying, if you're someone watching this right now who is doing something different or just doing your own thing, you might be different for whatever. If someone's picking on you, basically, which is probably because you might be a little different, or you might be doing something different. If you stand out in whatever way, people are gonna probably pick on you or leave negative comments, whether it be on YouTube, in real life, whatever the fuck. Just realize it's not you, or actually it is you. You're doing something right. You're doing something for yourself to where people feel the need to actually bring you down a level, which says something about you in a positive light and about them in a negative light. I just want to extend my I want to extend my, I guess, care for you or my support for you to where you have to embrace that. Don't calm down. Don't diminish yourself for someone else's comfort of their own limited beliefs. Don't feel like you need to diminish who you are. All my life, I felt like trapped in a way. Like I felt like I couldn't really express myself. I've always felt a little weird or a little different, and you know, people picked on me and stuff like that. And it's like, who the f cares if you're different? And who the f cares if someone's normal? How about we just find our own little groups and we all like do our own little thing, and we all let people do their thing, whether they want to be normal, quote unquote, or whether they want to be weird. Just let people do their thing, let people live their lives, and don't impose your way of living on other people's way of living unless they ask for it. So yeah, don't calm the fuck down, be excited for life. I have been told to calm down by people my whole life. Just fucking be excited, be weird, be whatever the fuck you want to be, as long as you're not hurting anyone else, okay? That is how I'm gonna leave this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and that you found something useful about it. If you did, feel free to give me a like or consider subscribing to my channel. I will be doing more Motivation Makeup Monday videos in the future. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. And at the end here, I just want to remind you guys to always be the light that you guys want to see in the world. Don't let anyone ever tell you you can't make a difference, because you can. And yeah, peace out. I got armpit hair and I'ma leave. I don't know what that was. Bye! Look at this. It's watering. It's so bad. Man. Ugh. This is so bad. Excuse my...